Are we on? I think we're on. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me make sure this is actually on. I think we're on. I'm not sure. Oh, we're gonna get some reverb there. Yo, what's up, everybody? Sorry, 1 second here. I'm trying to get everything set up because it still says first live stream, but it ain't even a live. It's not my first live stream. How's everybody doing, though? I'm gonna put up the chat too because I don't have anything on my wall yet, so it's just kind of a blank, boring wall. So I don't want you guys staring at that and actually have something to look at here. But how's your day been? Good? Just relaxing on this Sunday? Okay, let's see. I gotta do a display capture. Oh, nope, that's not what we want. Here we go. What I think we want is a window capture, and we want it of the YouTube chat. Sorry, I can't see what you guys are typing because I'm trying to get the stream correct. Okay. Let's move the camera over. But yeah, so this is my second actual live stream here on the channel, and I figured, oh, well, let's get this right. Figured I'd, you know, have to deal with a little bit of the growing pains. But yeah, I'm doing good, you know, just kind of relaxing on this Sunday, just chilling, not doing much. But yeah. Is it hot outside for some of you? Yeah, where I'm at, it's gotten better. It was like up to, I think, 70 degrees. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Let's see. I'm also going to tweet out my live stream. And am I fasting? Actually, I am today. Sorry, I promise I'll be right back in terms of chatting with you guys. I can't see anything what you're saying because I got to tweet it out that I'm live streaming. Live streaming. What should the tweet say? I feel like I need to write something good. I don't know what though. Oh, the chat went away too. Okay. Oh, Ridgie's live streaming right now too? Oh, might be. So will I be reacting to Produce 101 Season 2 or Season 2 stage anytime soon? So I think the problem is with some of the Produce 101 things, it's you have a risk of getting I think some like copyright flags. So it may not be worth it. I still have to check in on that to exactly see though if that's okay. Hold on, I gotta fix the thing because it like crapped out on me. There we go. We should just live stream together. The only time I really hung out with Ridgie was at the BTS concert actually. So that would actually be really interesting. I mean, yeah, if a lot of people have reacted to him, then I think it should be fine. I actually just don't know. I haven't done any research on like who or who hasn't reacted on it. Okay, so hold on here. I'm sending a tweet right now talking about doing the live stream. So I think I'm going to write live streaming right now. Right now, I think that sounds better. And then just write come hang out. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. And I'll leave a link. There we go. I just tweeted that out. The Produce 101 season has your heart broken. Why is that? Is there a lot going on? Let's get that actually correct. Okay, there we go. I think I got everything good now. So how's everybody doing? Just relaxing? Yes, I don't know how to say your name, but it is on my list of reactions. It's just I got backlogged. So with Produce 101 season 2, is it like supposed to be a whole new group of people who are on it and now they're going to do the same thing where they're going to have like I guess it sort of be like a competition where only the best stay and then they're going to make like a small group with that, kind of do their thing on that and then go back to their like respective production companies and maybe get a like a solo with that or like, like a specific deal with that. I'm not really sure how that works. For amazing, let's see. But yeah. Hmm. So are there any also I'm not sure. I need to do some reactions today as well. Are there any new music videos that are out as well? Oh, and season 2 is the boys' turn this time. Okay. 101 contestants form an 11-person project group for 18 months. So it's a survival show. That must be tough. Like I remember seeing bits and pieces from the first season where it would seem pretty rough because of like all the people who did, that aren't gonna make it. It's like if you ever seen America's like any of the Top Chef shows and you have someone you're rooting for just get like booted off. It hurts really. It hurts deep down inside. Yo, what's up, Naomi? Hello, everybody. Yeah, I feel like every episode you are gonna be actually crying because it's just that's the nature of it is you're gonna have people who are going to leave and there's nothing really you can do about it. With the season of P101, I got so emotional involved with the season. Yeah, that's the thing is like when you watch those kinds of shows, you kind of have to like watch them as non-emotionally as possible, so you're not like you get too let down because in the end, it is just they make it go as far as they can. Okay, so there's the Suran and Dean new collaboration. That's really good. All right, I'll definitely add that to the list. Okay, so now, honest question. I have this big old blank wall behind me, and I really do not like it in this state. And I was wondering, what should I put up? I was thinking just some posters, maybe a whiteboard or chalkboard. I'm not sure yet. Just so we can have at least something else going on besides white. I'm going to be on travel this next week, but I definitely feel like we need some work done back there. Chang Zhou's girlfriend put a picture of me up there. Well, I mean, if you send it, I guess I'll have to. I was also thinking if I opened a P.O. box, if you guys did want to send me stuff. I don't even know if you guys would. I'm not sure how expensive it is. I'd probably just put that up there so, posters of different groups. I think that'd be pretty cool. Naomi says put up a day 6 poster. Well, now I guess I have to because Naomi told me to. That wouldn't be a bad poster actually to put up there either because day 6 is awesome. And yeah, yes, Lavana is correct. I should just put up a huge poster of CL. Just, what? It shouldn't even be a poster. It should just be like one of those giant, like, just wall-to-wall, like, blanket covers with her face just printed on it. Just so we all know who is the queen and who will always be the queen. Draw a picture for Mama. If you know how to draw and you are skilled at drawing, please draw me pictures. That would be awesome. Yeah, Sistar did. Yeah, I reacted to Sistar's goodbye comeback, and that was sad. That was not. I mean, they had the cleanest breakup, but I was like, they didn't even deserve that breakup. Honestly, yeah, yeah, and then MG Alvarez, Girls' Generation and Shiny are having comebacks, so I should just get a poster of everything or every group that has a comeback and just start layering them and see how long I last. I'm only late because... So Alexis says I'm late. I'm only late because I had some technical difficulties. Yo, tell Reggie I say what up. What do I want a picture of? Naomi, you can decide what I need a picture of. I'll leave that completely up to you. It could be a picture of me. It could be a picture of any K-pop idol. Or it could just be a picture of like a really nice car. It's really up to you. Blazy, how are you? How are you doing? Let's see. Well, I'm glad that my tweet went out and people are able to kind of go in. Right now we're talking about Naomi wants to draw me something, so I told her that she could really draw whatever she wants me to draw. Yeah. Joseph Eagle Bear says, I love your videos. Thank you very much. But yeah, so anything good happened this week for anybody? Just kind of chilling? Yeah, apparently Reggie's live right now, and I feel like we should, instead of doing two separate live streams, we should just combine and do one together. Like I could Skype him or something like that. B1A4's lie. I have to definitely see that. So yeah, anybody who's in the Melbourne area, I'm gonna be visiting next week. Has anybody been to Florida or in that like Cocoa Beach area? What's there to do there? I don't know what to do when I'm there besides working. Like after 3:30, I'm done for the rest of the day. So I figured I need to be able to do stuff instead of just holding myself up in my hotel room. So let me know. Or should I just do a live stream carrying my laptop around Florida and then we can all explore places together? Like if we see a cute coffee shop, we're just going to go in the cute coffee shop together and I will order all of you guys something. Or to be more reasonable, you can vote on what I have to drink. I think that'd be a good way to do it. Blink Herondale says, "What do I expect from the next Blackpink comeback?" And greetings from Colombia. I don't know what to expect, but I hope they have like a real heavy, heavy rap song. Like, not like Whistle, but I mean one that's like really fast and just like lyrically flows really, really well. You know? If you're ever in Vancouver. I'm not in Vancouver, but in like 3 weeks I'm going to Ottawa. I don't know how close that is. I don't think they're close at all, but I'm going to be in that Vancouver, not in the Canada area. I don't know much about it, but apparently where I'm staying, if I cross a bridge, I go into, I think, Quebec, where everybody speaks French. So I'm totally going to do that and not know what I'm doing. I'm just going to walk in and be like, oh, yes, of course, and nod my head, shake my head no. At the end of the conversation, be like, I don't speak French. I need Google Translate. Can I have something to eat? Because I'll probably go there for lunch. I've been to Toronto before too with my family, and I gotta say the traffic in Toronto is possibly the worst I've ever seen in my life. It was like a 6-lane highway, and it was always through traffic. Well, Elsa, let it go. Bonjour is equal to hello. All right, that's one word down. If I had a whiteboard back here, I would totally write it. Actually, that's a good question. So I'm seeing that we have some people here from Canada, but where is everybody from? Like, I don't know where you guys are watching from right now. Oh, okay. And NCT 127 is also having a comeback in a few days, so that's good. So yeah, it seems like a lot of groups are now entering their comeback season again. We're just gonna be getting into that, so I'm excited. And Naomi, you are not from the moon, okay? Maybe you are actually. Is that what you said last time? I don't remember. We got a Texas, Morocco, Arizona, the SoCals, the Turkey, Brazil, New York. Wow, you guys are worldwide right now. Naomi, day 6 comes back every month now, and we both know that. And I'm excited for that. Isn't it like day 6, so it's the 6th, so in 2 days? I think their last comeback, Dance Dance, was like 2 days after the 6th, so it was on the 8th and not the 6th. I was a little confused about that because I wanted to react to that on the 6th, and I was like, but this is just a teaser. I don't know what's going on. Watching from Vancouver, S. Natasha, in your tiny apartment, but is it a comfortable apartment? That's all that matters. I mean, I think my apartment's not the biggest, but it's not the smallest, but it's comfy in here. But I wouldn't mind if my apartment happened to be a little bit smaller, I'd totally be okay with that. I mean, if I had people over, then it'd be a little difficult, but honestly, sometimes I like the tiny places because it's more cozy. Cozy. 2 a.m. right now. On a Sunday? Why are you up at 2 a.m. on a Sunday? Do you have class or wait? I guess it's June, so you probably don't have class. Great view. Are you? Oh, so I'm guessing you're on like the top of your floor. Let's see. I am really hungry too. Hi from Russia. So I didn't really have anything specifically planned for this live stream. I just decided that I was like, hey, I'm just going to live stream out of nowhere because I haven't live streamed in a while. So yeah, if you guys just have any suggestions of what you would like to see, let me know too. I was just kind of chilling. And Kira says the 6th of the Korean holiday. So people have told me to also go to I think the G Dragon concert. So I'm going to KCON New York and KCON LA, but apparently the G Dragon concert's tickets go on sale. I'm not sure if it's soon, but I'm not sure if I should go. Just one, because of money reasons, and two, because of I'm not sure if it'd be like, I wouldn't say it's not that it wouldn't be interesting. I'm not sure how like a one person like a one man concert compares to like having more people, like like BTS or EXO on stage versus just having G Dragon. Oh, tickets are already on sale. Then I should go. Yeah, because I was debating it. The tickets are also expensive. Yeah, I mean for G Dragon, I think they're what, like the lowest that I saw, and I'd be probably going with Josh, is like 90 bucks, which is kind of a little expensive. But no, that's the thing though, is I'm not sure if I should skip it because I love like how just G Dragon is. It just sounds like it'd just be a fun time. He's also really good at rapping, and I would love to see that live. And I think it'd be totally different too than like seeing EXO or BTS, where it's like just it'll have a different vibe. Because he's not really like the boy band style that BTS and EXO can be. Yeah, I think you guys convinced me. I should totally check that out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's $90 base price, so it's probably gonna be 100 something, but it's worth it because I don't know how often he comes and how often I'll even get another chance to see him. Yeah, but I feel like I say, oh, I don't know if I go, but if I don't end up going, I'm gonna see like clips of it after the fact by some people on Twitter who did go and immediately regret it because I feel like because he is just a one man like show, he's gonna have a lot of backup dancers. I wouldn't be surprised if like I don't even know, like some guest stars would show up that he collaborated with in America, and also like he'll have fire on stage or something to keep it hype. Yeah, it probably is. Is it? Would it be the last time? Yeah. All right. All right. I think I'll go. I think I'll go. He is in Ahsoka and he's going to the military. Oh yeah, if he's going into the military soon, yeah, it'll be forever. I saw Block B live. Block B is someone I would love to see live if they came back. I feel like just there's a lot of groups that when they come to America, they make it a point to really make the show like as exaggeratedly awesome as possible because they don't know the next time that they are going to actually come back, which is kind of like a crappy thing, but there's not really much you can do about it. And Natasha asks, "What are my thoughts on Top?" Well, I have a lot to say about this. I was going to make a video about it, but I can talk about it here too. So, personally, I don't care for the smoking aspect. In my opinion, I think if people, and this is coming from a dirty American's view, but if in America alcohol is legal and so is smoking cigarettes, which are known to cause cancer and kill you, that weed should be perfectly fine to smoke. So I don't see it as a big of a deal. I'm like, he smoked a leaf. But now, in the long run, I know that South Korea is different, and that's something I just have to accept, is they have different rules. And did he go against the rules? Yes, he did. Um, I think though, like that, I didn't realize they do hair tests. So I'm not sure if what you know this is like, to drug test like at normal companies, what they'll do is they'll just do like a urination test, and that's like supposed to say when is the last time you smoked. Usually, if you smoke, if you don't smoke for like I think a month, I don't know how long it is. It's out of your system. But with a hair test, what it is I'm not sure how they do it or how expensive they are. But like if you, it's almost like when you see the age of a tree when you cut in, like they take a piece of a strand of your hair, and you can see like the chemical contents in them as it grows out. So like as long as you had your hair, you can see what's going on. So if you smoke like a week, like a month, for a month, or like a month ago, and your hair grows out, they can just take a strand and see, oh, he smoked a month ago, just based on how long it takes for hair to grow. So yeah, like I know that Blaze. I'm gonna say Blaze because I'm not sure how to say it, but weed isn't only illegal in South Korea, and I get that. But like I said, it's just coming from a view of I just see it as a plant, and that's just me as an American. So there's a lot I don't know about how the laws work, but I can see why. It's definitely there's a stigma to it probably where those it is a drug. It's definitely a drug that is a step above cigarettes and alcohol, and it has been for a long time. So the fact that like America is one of those countries that is now like slowly but surely becoming more okay with it doesn't mean that anywhere else in the world is starting to. But like I said, I'm American. The world around revolves around the U.S. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm definitely on your same side of thoughts. But S7NC, I don't know what that stands for, but it's probably, I don't know what that stands for. Probably, let's see, 7 words for S and NC. Yeah, and I think another thing is it's not like it's just a nobody doing it. It's top. It's, he's a big deal. He's my favorite. Yeah, and he was my favorite out of Big Bang, and the fact that it's him is like, oh crap, he's supposed to be like this, like, I guess, well, he is a K-pop idol, but he's supposed to be what like people look up to, and now a big thing is probably they don't want kids to use that as an influence. Like, hey, Top's doing, smoking Darifa, we should too. I sound like a dad when I say that. Oh my god, I'm never gonna say that again. But yeah, like I think what was the exact story though? It was like it wasn't that like they found Top just random. It was that someone else got caught smoking and then they ratted out Top. But I'm not sure if like that person did it on purpose, like for attention, or like they were just trying to get those accusations off of her. But I know a female trainee. Okay, so that's what it was, and that sucks because she's probably getting crapped on now. Her even chances of debuting are just gone, and that's what stinks. So she was probably just trying to do what, like, as much as she could to like just try to make sure that her career didn't get ruined by like smoking maybe a handful of times. And these she's a former Jellyfish trainee, so it sucks because she was probably real young too, and she was caught in drugs with the past. He said it was an e-cigarette. People always trying to hurt each other. That's wow. Okay, well, I don't know how stressful the trainee market is, but I'm assuming that she did it because that was just something to do. That sucks. She's going to jail for smoking. That's crazy. But I guess it's not that crazy. But I guess what it is like in America, you don't go to jail for smoking. You go to jail if you currently, as you are caught in possession of weed. And I don't know anything about the girl. I don't know if she was like a good or bad person. All I do know is that she got caught multiple times, and Top was with her. She's not exactly a trainee, Labana says. She's a wealthy socialite. Oh, I mean, if she's just a wealthy socialite, then she's probably not even going to be in jail for that long. They'll probably just pay her way out, which is also another totally unrelated issue. But, like, it's whatever. She's probably in her 20s, just young. Like, we all make mistakes, but I guess it's stressful. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not justifying it one way or another. I'm just trying to be like, it's just a crappy situation with a bunch of, like, a 20-year-old girl. Like, that's just, it's hard to say. Yeah, and Blaze, that's like something I don't really understand. Is I don't understand victimless crimes. Like, he smoked, and I don't know why he has to go, like, he gets punished for it. He's just smoking. So, how does that affect his, like, whole service, though? Like, his, what do you call it? Like, does it affect him in the future now? Like, what is he part of Big Bang, or is he like just quietly now been cut from everything K-pop wise? Like, is G-Dragon even gonna like mention him or talk about it just because of how taboo it is and he doesn't want his image going bad? I don't really know. It's pretty crappy though. Even consuming sends you to jail. I mean, it's just strict law. It blows my mind. But what are you gonna do? I mean, I guess like what? Even now, like, there are things where I'm like, I can't believe you're going to jail for that. Hey, Ridgie's in the chat. Yo, what up, Ridgie? He was cropped out of a Big Bang ad. Now, see, I'm imagining this like really badly. Like, I'm picturing if it was a Big Bang ad and like it was just like a magazine commercial, like Top's just right there in the middle, but they just decided we're just gonna take him and just like crop out and then like try to poorly Photoshop like like another G Dragon in his spot, just like with a mask on, be like, it's not Top, but we don't know who it is. Okay, so GD apologized on behalf of Top. That sucks. He will probably pay a fine and be on probation for a couple of years. Man. Yeah, so like Top's in the military now, but like or like after he's done his service, it should be fine. Or does he get do they get like dishonorably discharged from the military service? He has to serve quietly until they call him into court if they do plan on charging him. I wonder if they would charge him just to use him as an example, because, you know, I'm pretty sure you have globally weed is becoming just, you know, using, like I said, America as an average, but it's starting to become, I guess, more or less not as bad as it used to be to take, so maybe they'll use him as an example to like be like, nope, it's still bad, you shouldn't be doing it. Jeez, you have all these scandals now coming out with these like veteran groups who it's not fun to see. But it's not like he was like abusing anybody or, you know, saying crappy things about his fans. He loves, you know, he is who he is because of his fans. It doesn't mean he's like a like yeah, the drug issues are like, when I hear them I'm like, well, let's dig a bit deeper. Like, I could go on forever about this, but you know, not all of the big groups have that issue. And then Alexis, what happened with Gain? Is it also another marijuana type thing? I went, see, Alice X Shoe. I don't think it's just it has nothing to do with how bad or well it affects someone. It just has to do with you know, just how it's been perceived. Punished for that because there are a ton of more serious crimes. I mean, yeah. And yeah, Blaze, that's a good point. There is a lot more serious crimes like sexual abuse, physical assault, and abuse of power. Like, wasn't there now I don't know how accurate this is. I remember like reading it through my Twitter feed where there was a CEO of a bit, like, I'm not sure how big the K-pop company is, but they got sent to prison or charged for like some like prostitution for like trainees, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like, that's actually something that you should be in prison for forever, like for the rest of your life, if you're manipulating like young girls into doing stuff like that. That's crazy to me. And Hyuna Mew. So I know I love Top. I don't think smoking should have anything to do with it. Top is still my man. I just think it sucks for him because I don't think he should be, you know, I guess even get in trouble for that. Yeah, Naomi, it does happen a lot, and it's like I'm not even sure what's the way to approach it, because, you know, it's like there's probably so many trainees that you never hear about because they never make it, and they probably have their CEOs telling them, hey, you do this and you'll make it, and then they don't. Natasha, is it Star Empire? I don't know anything about Star Empire, which sounds like the bad guys in Star Wars, first of all. Wow, some other rappers were sent to jail for just consuming one time. I think he should have consequence. It's not only that he gets a free ride because YG has political connections. Yeah, and Rin Vega 666. I see where you're coming from too. It's because of that. Like, they should still make it so that not even if you're a celebrity you get away with anything, but really use that for other, like, make it so it's not just about weed and like corruption or getting out of things like that. And then Adriana says Gain outed. And so yeah, I'm jumping between like talking about the whole Top scandal and now just mentioning that there was another scandal with, I guess it's Star Empire, talking about what is it? The like you know, trainee scandal, and then also we're talking about Gain. So with Gain, it was she outed her ex-boyfriend's friend ex-boyfriend's friend. Was there a love triangle there? It sounds like there may have been something like that. Who offered her weed but brought her BF's name into it when he's also a celebrity. So, like, did she say it? Like, did she say the name of her boyfriend to Gain or someone else? I, mm. I think the reason people are bashing Top and not Gain's boyfriend is because Top's more popular. I'm not sure if Gain's boyfriend is. Yeah, I gotta take this a step back. Hold on. Okay, so we talked about Top. I think that yeah, it sucks that he gets that he got convicted of smoking weed and that he has to get in trouble. But I guess because it's the laws, he has to get he has to follow the laws and just get dealt with a punishment. I still love the guy. He's a great artist. Prostitution thing really sucks. I want it to not happen, but we know that this world is a weird and awful place. And then with Gain, apparently she's been dealing with mental illness, which I'm like, oh, that sucks, because I know that's also something that's taboo in Asian culture, where it's like, oh, you have mental illness, but it's like looked down upon, so it's like sucky. Yeah. Is asking her, a boyfriend's friend is asking her to do the weeds, smoking all the pots, all of them. You have stuff like, I think, well, see, okay, so I know there's a lot of controversies that go on with the entertainment industry, especially. Like, it's a ugly dog eat dog, kimchi eat kimchi kind of field. But I feel like at the same time, you have websites like Karibu that deliberately stir up or have those stupid headlines that are like the kind of headlines that you see like when you're walking, to a grocery store, where it's like, you could have like a musical artist say something, like tweet at another musical artist, like say Nicki Minaj tweets at like, I don't know, Taylor Swift, and then like those tabloid articles be like, is Nicki Minaj starting a feud with Taylor Swift? And it's like, you read the tweet and she's like, yo, let's collab. And I'm like, they're doing that. They do that because they know that they're a business and they're trying to get views too. So they're like, okay, we're gonna make this look way worse than it actually is. And don't get me wrong, like I think it's very 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 shady. But the magazines and the articles that you read just make it exaggerated in some cases. But making mistakes doesn't make you. Yeah, no, people make mistakes. It doesn't make you a bad person unless the thing is, the issue is you have those, like, what I call the keyboard warriors, who in your face they wouldn't say anything, but when they're behind like, a keyboard, they're right, like, oh, you suck, I used to follow you. It's like they have nothing better to do with their lives. And then Hyuna Mew asks, what do you think about GD's comeback? One of his songs is named bullshit. I haven't actually taken the time to listen to his album. That's something. Oh, maybe I should do a first listen to that. That would not be a bad idea. I'm not sure if I should do it here. I think I'll do a first listen to his comeback album. But I love it. I love the fact that GD is just kind of going back and being like, all right, I need to go back to my roots, making sure that everybody still knows who I am, and just making sure they are, like, I forget what I'm saying. What was I talking about? Oh, rap or GD's comeback. I want to listen to the album and hear everything he has, because I love GD. His stuff has always been great. Casanyo's here. I'm sorry, Casanyo. I'm sorry that I offended you. You should just talk to me in the group chat more. You never say hi. You always say hi to Sam and Josh, but not me. Hirsch right here, man. Just kidding. Aya says, what do you think about 17's new song, Don't Wanna Cry? I love that song. So I thought that song was such a nice, like, just, it sounds very indie, but not only that, the visuals of that song is so good. It's like, the visuals of it are perfect. Like, I can go off and off about this again, but you can just watch my reaction to it. Shameless plug. But no, it's such a nice, it's so refreshing. And I think I said this during the actual reaction. It sounds like a group called, it's an American Western group. I think someone told me they're like Norwegian, some European. I apologize, I can't remember. Churches, spelled with a V. And in particular, they have a song called Recover. I don't know why, the instrumentation of Don't Wanna Cry sounds just like that song. So I'm guessing that the rest of the song sounds good. Chainsmokers, actually, yeah, I never actually put that together. It probably sounds like Chainsmokers too. Let's see. Thanks, Casano. You're my favorite reactor too. Yeah, I think it's funny, by the way, just throwing this out here, that it's just funny that we're talking about Chainsmokers. Is the Chainsmokers name? I think, and now don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure it comes from smoking, and I'm half saying that because it's called Chainsmoker, and then I'm also other half is I believe they're from Colorado, which weed is legalized, and then they have that selfie with BTS where I'm like, well, this is interesting. So obviously they're both music groups, but I'm like, with the whole now stigma going on with like Top and the marijuana smoking. But then again, Psy did a song with Snoop Dogg, and we all know Snoop Dogg. Hi there, Namjoon Ryan's pajamas. Of course, yeah, like the chain smokers totally smoke weed. It's just, it's what they do. They're Coloradan. It's like a birthright now because it's completely legal. Uh, wait, Natasha, they have a cover of Arctic Monkeys. Now, are you talking about churches? Because I saw that on that one radio show. I thought for a second you were talking about 17, and I'm like, please send me the link. I need to see them covering this now. See, Snoop Dogg is one of my favorite people because he's just him. He doesn't change for anybody. He just does what Snoop Dogg wants to do. It's like you see him, and I feel like he'd be one of the most. Even if you could be against smoking weed, totally okay with that. But I feel like Snoop Dogg would be one of those people who's like the nicest people to hang out with. I realized that we are talking about the Mary J's of marijuana's a lot. But so yeah, let's switch to something else. Like, can you imagine, Natasha? Sorry, I'm reading the comments as I'm talking, and it's kind of like I'm getting zoned out. But Natasha's comment is hilarious. If I'd fly to Seoul and personally wipe the floors of Pledis with my so does that mean like you do like a dog slide on the floor? Like maybe I'm just getting too deep into it. But no, I feel like I would love if you had more Korean groups just covering songs from like indie groups in America, just randomly, nothing big, nothing no big production group, but just on YouTube. No, they don't even have to have visuals, but just their voices. And then let's see. Casanio says, "What's my fave K-pop song so far this year?" Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, okay. Let me think about that for a second. Like, hmm. I can't actually think I can give you an answer for that. Maybe something from Card. 17's new song's great. Day 6 was also amazing. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I can have a single good like just choice. Winners really really is also amazing. And then what do I think of? Let's see, who was that? Who said that? And then Aya asks, "What's my opinion on BTS getting all that attention from America now?" Well, I think it's first off great that they're getting international attention. Um, I think it's good though that Ratmon specifically said what he did, where he's like they're a Korean group first, and they're never gonna lose that, and I think that's super important because that's exactly true. I don't think they should ever do like any type of American or English song because well, not all of the members of BTS can speak proper fluent English. So I don't think it would do well. It's like the style of music is just perfect for Korea, but having American fans opens the door for much more than just K-pop in America. The whole reason I like it is the fact that now, hopefully, will the doors are open more for Asian artists in the West, like not just like K-pop idols, but I mean even like Asian Americans who are born here speak fluent English because it's their first language. But now it's not as weird anymore. If we see big groups like BTS winning award shows, now people won't be like, oh, what, that's new. There's like an Asian group just kind of winning. It's like, oh, it's just another human being doing something who happens to be Asian and has delicious food. Oh, inappropriate K-pop mom's here. Yo, what's up? How you doing? Oh, that's right. There's a Block B comeback. There's so many. I need a list. I feel like I need to make like just a giant list, but on like really awesome scroll paper to do that with. Let's see. I think I missed a few comments here. Oh, Alexis asks, "What is the song I listen to most right now?" Well, let's check Spotify right now. So I'm gonna break this up into two different categories. I'm gonna break it up into Western music and then a K-pop music. So let's go to my K-pop playlist. Where is it? Hold on here. Let's see what we got. Playlists. Good K is what I call it. Let's see. Oh, that's funny. So actually, right now, it is, I think in the last 5 days, I listened to a lot of Taeyeon, and Why is on the top. That is my favorite song by Taeyeon ever. Like, as her as an independent artist. Natasha, and I do like Dumbfounded. I think he's so talented. He's so good. And he has a lot of collaborations with Jessie. I'm not sure if she's quoting, but he did a collaboration with Year of the Ox. They are Koreans who speak fluent English. I'm not sure if they're from America, but if you like rap, listen to Year of the Ox. They have a song called Seven Rings. It's real not raunchy, but just real extreme. But it's really good. And then okay, so that was my K-pop song. So here, let me show you the name of the one song that I think is number one on my playlist right now. What's it called? It's here somewhere. I don't want to play it because I don't want copyright with American music. That'd be bad. Hold on, scroll in. Ah, here it is. I like listening to like tropical like EDM kind of music, but it's called. Let's see if this. Hold on. It's this. It's called Focus Run Wild featuring Ina. So that's what it's called, and it's actually really really good. I can't sing it because it's a girl, so I have a not girl voice. So I can't do it. And yeah. Oh, we got some people going to bed. Yeah, please go to sleep if it's like past your bedtime. I appreciate you staying up just to watch the stream, but you should get your sleep. Let's see. If you were to show a non-K-pop lover K-pop, which songs would you show them? Oh, let's see. If I was to show a non-K-pop lover K-pop, which songs would I show him? I would have to show him songs that I know aren't nuts. Like, and by nuts, I mean, you and I both know, as much as we like it, you could just venture slightly a little to the left of your, like, suggested music videos, and you could go from BTS to EXO to that, like, song with the people who are, like, half horses. What is it? The ya, 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 Sangma. But if I had to show him a song, it would be probably something like 17's Don't Wanna Cry. EXO... What from EXO? There was one song and I listened to it and I'm like, this is perfect. Like if you show this to an American artist or American listener, Western listener, they'd be like, oh, this is good. Just I don't know the language. Oh, Casanio says Monster. Actually, yeah, Monster's good. BTS dope. I think Not Today is great because it's such like a hype song. Then there's also what's Spring Day, with the Omelas. Card is a good one. MG Alvarez. Yeah, you don't start with something like Shiny's Ring Ding Dong. Yeah, if you do, you have lost a potential fan of that music genre because they're like, why are you showing me a bunch of, Asian men dancing with the sound that's going on? I would also think some K-hip-hop, like Epic High. Epic High is perfect. Like their song Born Hater, one of my favorite rap songs in the K industry of all time. And I'm like, you show them this, if you put the lyrics up, they'll be like, oh, okay, I understand what's going on. And Hyuna says, Ina, is that a Romanian singer? I don't know. I actually have no idea. I just have my Spotify playlist kind of play other songs like that are like what I like, that are similar to what I like. And that came on, and I was like, this is my jam. This is going on my playlist right now. Naomi, Josh says that? I think he's correct though. In the words of Josh, you can't just go ring ding dong on them. That's funny. Oh, Tableau's good. Spring Day is very cold, like Coldplay like. Bermuda Triangle by Ziaco featuring Dean is good. Oh, that's a good question, Alexis. What is my favorite song of Jay Park? Oh, that's a tough one. They all are so dampening. No, like I'll have to think about that one because Jay Park, his musical range is like in the genre that if you like him, he's great. What? Yeah, I'll get back to you with that one. Let's see. MFBTY is great. I love their song. The music video is the one where they start throwing the. It's like the Indian Color Festival. Bang diggity bang bang. That's it. Because that one is amazing. Blackpink is good to start too. Yeah, I think Blackpink and Card are one of the best because this new generation of K-pop is now more globalized in their style. Like even compared to like the start of BTS, but like you hear things like Card and you'd be like, oh, that's just it'd be like something you'd hear at a club or somewhere here in America, but uh, it's just in Korean, and that also helps that the fact that some Korean artists, some of the artists from Card are from America. I think California. And Natasha, the Holy Festival, is that like the color festival, like the festival of colors? Because I've always wanted to participate in that, and I think it's okay if I do because I'm Pakistani. So it's like, yeah, neighbors, yeah. I know. I don't know. Tell me if I'm being offensive with that, but it just seems like it's just. I think it's okay. And here I'm gonna take another step back. Just answering Alexis's question. Jay Park, he has that one song with Gray. Um, go drive, drive. So that's the song. Drive is definitely my favorite. Yeah, Natasha, they have that like the color festival, and it just sounds like so much fun because everybody just seems to be in a good mood, and I'm like, I want to wear completely white clothing, like a white headband, white shorts, cheap white sneakers, and just go. And then afterwards, have a black light with me and go to like a rave just in color that's hopefully neon friendly. I think that'd be the coolest thing. Whew. Let's see. So here, how about this? We're talking a lot about different K-pop idols, but how about you guys ask me questions? Or we could continue talking about K-pop. But if you have any type of questions, they can be pretty personal. I'll let you know if they're too personal, but you should just go at it. Just ask me whatever you would like to, and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. Because I feel like a lot of what you guys see is like how I react, and you don't really know a lot about me. So that was another reason why I'm doing this. I feel like if you don't like snap me up a lot or just talk to me, you don't really know what are the inner machinations of my mind. Oh, Sea of Blaze. Yeah, watch the finals. Who are you rooting for? Me, my favorite basketball team. I don't really watch NBA. I'm more of an NCAA kind of person. But if for basketball, it would probably be Miami Heat. I think. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Now there's a lot of questions that's coming in. So let's see. Yeah, let's see. What was the first one here? What is your favorite love song? Something that touched you. With love song, um, I'm not sure. I don't really listen to a lot of love songs. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll skip on that one because I don't know. Okay, so we'll get back to that. Favorite movie right now is John Wick 1. I haven't seen John Wick 2 yet. I know I'm terrible, but I need to see that. So probably it'll be John Wick 2 when that comes out. Let's see, and then what else? Is one of your eyes' vision worse than the other, or are they the same? Asks Iris. So actually, one of my eyes is worse, but I'm not sure which way because my right eye has astigmatism in it, and my left eye does not. So that means that if I have contacts, I have to definitely make sure that um, they are in the correct eye, and the astigmatism one has to be facing a certain way. So like I can't just randomly put it in. I have to like align it the right way and tap it in correctly. And then let's see. What is my favorite color? My favorite color is actually like a color combination. And okay, so let me answer the real answer, which is it's just green. Green is my favorite color, but my favorite color combination is this is I actually have my mouse about it is it would just be hold on, let me see if I can plug it in here without messing up everything. Is black with neon green. I'm not even sure if you could say that. So yeah. Oh, I think I messed up the chat. Oh wait, it's back. Okay. Whoops. Let's see. Have you seen the Wonder Woman movie? No, I have not, but I'm so glad it's doing well because I thought it was gonna tank, and not because of it being a girl or anything like that. Because I think DC movies have been complete garbage for the last 10 years, where I just thought it was going to be completely bad. And I'm glad it got great ratings, and now I want to see it and completely forget about Batman versus Superman and Superman, the new reboot of Superman. That one was awful. And then what else do we got here? Let's see. Do you watch Studio Ghibli movies? If so, what's your favorite? Why, yes, I do. Favorite, Spirited Away, hands down, and then followed by the Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. That one's good too. Ernest asks, have I ever been to a rave? Because I can always invite you to here in New York one day if you'd like. That'd be cool, but I actually have been to, I guess not a rave, but EDM concerts. I've been to, there's one guy named Armin van Buuren, and he was with Kygo. And then I've also been to Cash Cash and Tritonal, which is great. And then, yeah, Spirited Away is great. And then Blink Herondale asks, have I seen Sense8 and favorite book? I have not seen Sense8 and favorite book. Let's see. Favorite book, that's a tie, probably, between one of the Artemis Fowl books and The Kite Runner. One, because I can kind of relate to Kite Runner, like, not like me personally or anything, but, like, you know, it's dealing with Afghani culture, which is similar, not exactly the same to Pakistani culture, but it just hits you hard, and it's a really, really sad story. And then Hyuna Myo says, I would not have thought that you like sports. You seem the type that's more in-house at a computer. Well, looks can be deceiving. I am an engineer, and I do spend a lot of time on the computer, but I mean, you know, doing YouTube. But I do like sports. I personally like watching college football, and I love playing tennis. And there's a tennis court out here, but I don't have anybody to play with. Have you read The Breadwinner? No, I have not. And then what are my go-to toppings for pizza? Mine would be chicken and onions. So that's if you ask like a lot of Pakistani people, onions is definitely a must on a lot of foods, and probably chicken as well. Because spicy chicken, onion pizza, I'm making myself so hungry. Spicy chicken onion pizza is the best. Yeah, Natasha, I like how you spell it. And I feel like since it's active, it should be AKT1VE. Not, because, you know, there's a 4 in my name. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Oh, Alexis, now we're going real deep. What would be another major if you did not choose engineer? Well, so for, I think since 3rd grade, I knew I wanted to do something with space, because I love space so much. So if it was something in my dream, like when I was a kid, 2 jobs was being a baker and a photographer, like on those things you do in class. So it would be that if it was like following the dreams, but in like, you know, what you do as a kid. But then if I couldn't be an aerospace engineer or an engineer, I'd be an astronomer or a physics major, probably. Something that focuses on space still. Yeah, that. Do you watch Game of Thrones? So I don't watch Game of Thrones because because I know how good it is. So I decided to stay away from it because I know if I start watching it, I'll get sucked into it. And I mean, it's kind of clear. I'm an engineer who like is a YouTuber in front of my computer who knows tech things. It's not far of a surprise that I actually do like sports. Yeah, probably something like Min Yoongi inspires me, says astrophysics. Probably something like that. Something that would make me just as miserable as going through aerospace engineering classes. Because I love this stuff, but when you stay doing writing a computer, computer in a computer lab, writing up a lab report till 6 a.m., you're like, not really what I wanted. What's my go-to I'm gonna cry now song? See, that's the thing is that I don't have like a go-to I'm gonna cry now song. Not saying like, oh, I'm a tough guy. I don't use music to like cry to. I always use it for the exact opposite, to cheer me up. But I've had people who, I guess, people in my past who, songs reminded me of them, so I couldn't listen to them. And then eventually I was able to take those songs back and, listen to them like I used to, and like listening to them again. Which is, I think, is a good, I guess, a good step for me. I was like, oh, I've officially moved on, was when I was able to be like, oh, these songs that I couldn't listen to, I now can just really enjoy on my own again without feeling what I used to feel. So I was like, that was nice. That was a nice thing. And then, given the choice of anyone in the world, alive or dead, whom would you want to have a meaningful conversation with? Meaningful conversation with Nikola Tesla. If he could speak English, it would be Nikola Tesla, because he's so smart, and I feel like there's so many other things that went through his head that he was never able to explain that could help us now, like just benefit in the world. But I feel like he would definitely be a good one, so I could take notes and be like, okay, I need this, I need to now do all these things so we know what's going on. I probably should have snapped the fact that I was use my Snapchat to do this. I would say I'll be right back, but I have no idea where my other phone is, so I'll just stay here for now. So Raven Hikari says, I never thought I would cry to Sistar Shake It, but I did today. Hey, anything's possible, even crying to a Sistar song. Because usually, well, besides the newest Sistar song, but most Sistar songs are just like, yeah, let's go, let's jam. And then my most listened to song of all time. Alright, so I don't know off the top of my head exactly what it is, but I listened to a lot of Linkin Park in middle school, angsty Asian. I'm technically Asian, so I was like this angsty Asian boy who was like, nobody understands, and I listened to a lot of like Linkin Park. So it's probably a Linkin Park song. Do I like milk tea? I don't know what that is. I'm just guessing you have your milk and you have your tea and you just pour it together and then you stir it up and you slurp it up. If so, possibly, that sounds good. And then, do you love animals? I do love animals. I am deathly allergic to cats, though, because my body's like, hey, cats make you want to die, and I never want to be near cats because I always get, like, just suffocating in mucus, and it's real gross. It's, like, not a good scene. But I would want a husky. I think if I wanted any pet, it would definitely be a husky, because those dogs are, like, they always seem like they're, like, the ones who are, like, not anything like, like, genetically... I just like wolf dogs, like, with a pointy ear, and also they're so goofy. Like, they're like my spirit animal, because you look at them and they, like, one second they look all graceful, and then the next second they look like a complete doof. And, like, their head's, like, stuck in the oven or something, and you're like, that's me. That is me. One second I can look slightly graceful, and then the next second I'm, like, flopped in the kitchen because I slipped over a napkin or some stupid thing like that. I just looked in the mirror and got shocked because I actually put makeup. Naomi, I guess congratulations, you don't look like a hobo. But I don't think you ever look like a hobo. What is my biggest regret? Let's see, my biggest regret. I don't think I really have anything regretful, because I always look at life where it's like, even if I do something that may not be advantageous or fortunate, it's something to learn from. But I think if I had one regret, it actually would be after JJ ended, not starting YouTube sooner. Because I feel like I should have. I was ready to. Well, maybe not I wasn't ready to, but I feel like it would have helped. Because I was actually going through a lot of depressing things. Like not a little bit after JJ, but after the summer, after of 2015, like a lot of depressing things happened. Where I just wasn't feeling myself. Like also not having like a full-time job was like kind of messing me up. So I feel like I always use that as an excuse where I was like, I don't feel like I'm ready to have, like have a YouTube channel where I'm motivated enough. But I realized that um, if I did, I probably would have cheered up a lot faster just having you guys like cheering me on. And if I did do live streams at that time, I definitely would have a lot to talk about, and you guys would have helped out. But that would be the only thing I really regret, just not meeting you guys sooner, I guess. Now, isn't that cute? Bring you guys back into this. But yeah, no. Besides that, I don't regret anything. Everything that happened is just for a reason, and I learned from it. Like everything that's happened so far, I'd be like, no, I wouldn't change that for a thing, even like a stupid mistake. It was something I learned from. So let's see. No, what else do we got here? What kind of camera do I use for YouTube? I actually use this guy right here. It is the PowerShot G7X Mark II. It's got like a little flippity flop camera, so like it's like I actually can see if I'm looking like a complete fool in front of my face. So I'm like, yo, what up? Oh god, I have something on my face. Oh wait, that's just my face. Yikes. But no, it's a great camera. I put it on like I think what is the frame rate? Like 24 frames per second because I like that cinematic look. But I was thinking about switching it to 60 frames per second, but I know that's a lot more memory, and I'm not sure how I can handle that yet. But we'll see. I do like the cinematic look. And then Ernest has another question for me. Man, you really are going in with these questions. Do I like sunrises or sunsets? So I'm never up for them, but I always like sunrises because I like daylight, especially. And when I see a sunset, it always reminds me that the night's over, or that the day's over. But I'm a night person. Like when I wake up in the morning, if you look at me, I'm not like an angry person when I wake up in the morning. I'm just super confused, and like you ask me questions, and I'm just like, huh? What? But yeah. So S. Natasha asks, okay, grown people question. Have you ever gone through a bad breakup? Well, tying back to what we were talking about, the thing that got me so depressed was a bad breakup. And that really hit me hard. Because for a long part of it, it was long distance, dealing with me being interning in California, and then it kind of just went to crap. But I learned a lot from it, and I actually learned a lot about myself that I've applied since then, and has definitely been a learning experience. Because the reason it happened was sort of like one of those where it's like, oh, I couldn't have done literally anything. It wasn't really my fault, and I don't want to get into that because that's like a whole can of worms. But everything I learned from it was like, all right, these are now precautions I will take. Make sure that, before I give you a piece of chocolate, I eat one first because I'm important too. But yeah, so I'm fine now. Like, I'm perfectly fine, and I'm great where I'm at. Like, especially like everybody I've met just on the interwebs, on the in real life, it's just been great. And then Ernest, have I ever had an interesting dream about a K-pop star? Well, I've never even had a dream about a K-pop star because I barely remember my dreams. I have a hard time actually like even remembering what I dream about. So the only way that I can remember is like when I wake up and I'll be like, oh, well, that was a really cool dream. And then as I'm saying that, it's slowly fading away, and I have to like deliberately, consciously focus on it so I don't forget it. And Alexis says, have I ever thought about going back to work at NASA? So I have. The only issue is that, well, there's two issues. The first one is the more serious one, which is I would need to get a master's degree to go back to that specific NASA, and even then it would be tough to get into doing what I want to do. And here's why I say that is because the NASA I worked at or interned at is like this huge research campus with just a whole bunch of different sections of where they worked. So I interned dealing stuff with like helicopters, but there's an aerodynamics section. So if I got a master's in aerodynamics, I would have to apply for that, and that's just really stressful already. But yeah, it would be cool. But the second reason is also I love my job right now. They let me travel and they feed me. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. and the people there are great, and I would be really upset if I had to leave them right now. And then what do I want to achieve on YouTube in like 5 or 10 years from now? I would love to be doing YouTube full time, actually, 5 to 10 years from now, if that's possible. And I was thinking that I would always like to, do reacting, but also just switch to maybe doing more reviews of music, because I love music. And I mean, you guys who watch my reactions can sort of already see that when I do react. I don't just react and then after the video's over, I'm like, oh, cool, that was a great video, yeah, I love this group, bye, and turn it off. I always try to dissect it in the way I dissect it, where I'll talk about the visuals, the sort of emotions they get, because, I mean, I love music, but I don't have, like, that professional musical background where I can be like, oh, yeah, when they did that switch and, they had that cool ostinato going on with the repeating sounds in the back. I don't know much about that. So I try to give a review about, like, how a commoner, a common listener would, but I would like to push that further. I think that'd be great, because I love talking about music. And let's see, what else? What is the most memorable K-pop video you've seen? That would definitely have to be K-Will's Please Don't, because that is the funniest video ever, and it just sticks in my head because that reaction of mine and Josh's on JJ is one of the best, and I wouldn't be surprised if that reaction is the reason that JJ took off the way it did, just like that going around, because like it's just so funny. You just watch it and you're like, everything about it's perfect. We had no idea what was gonna happen, and at the end we're like, oh, at the time it was 2015, so it's 2015, that's a thing that can happen, and you know what, it's perfectly okay. And then Ernest with his like 80th question, I'm okay, no, it's perfectly fine, it helps, just having all these questions. Have I ever regretted being in love? If you have been. I have been in love, and have I ever regretted it? No. And the reason I haven't is because I learned from it, and the suck is there, but honestly, it prepares you. It like, it's almost like when you start doing anything. The best way to do something isn't by reading about it. That's good, getting a good background knowledge, but it's just to do it. Like, if you want to learn how to, like, any type of fight style, like boxing, you're not going to read about it and be like, oh, if I'm in a street fight, I now know what I do because I read. Oh, there's big booms upstairs. But it's like, oh, you're going to have to get punched in the face by your trainer a few times. And then Alexa says, have you ever met your ex somewhere accidentally? No, I have not. Luckily, she's also in the Philly. She lives directly in Philly, but Philly is such like a diverse place that it's like, even if I passed her, I wouldn't even have noticed, probably, because it's just like, wow, there's just so many people here. So I'm like, whatever. Let's see, what else do we got here? Was that boom on my end? Oh, that boom was 100% on my end. That was someone upstairs, and I think they were doing a wrestling move and just elbowed somebody right in the stomach. Yeah, so false alarm, your headphones are still good. And then let's see here. Do I believe in ghosts? No, I don't. Let me explain. So, I don't believe in ghosts like, the kinds that like haunt you or like spook you. I do believe in like there could be some type of ghost type thing. It's I'm not discounting it, but I guess what it is like I'm too scientifically nerdy where I'm like, that doesn't make any logical sense. But there's that part of me that's like, well, I don't know. I am one man. There's a lot I do not know. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, I mean, do you guys believe in ghosts? Because like, I've always heard ghost stories, and every time I hear them, I'm thinking, did you really see a ghost, or was that sort of like your imagination because you're like freaking out already, or you're hallucinating? Because hallucinations, I mean, the human brain can do some crazy things without you knowing, where you're like, oh God, I just realized that now I woke up and I'm seeing something run around. So like I have I have like something I've learned about myself is sometimes when I'm really stressed out, and it's like the middle of the night where when you open your eyes you can sort of see like your walls. My brain starts picturing a bunch of spiders like this big crawling on the ceiling. Okay, I'm not too fond of spiders. I don't mind them. Like there's one crawling in the corner of my room, my living room right now. I'll probably, hopefully, get rid of it somehow. But like you wake up with that, and your brain thinks it's real, and it's like realistically, like just kind of crawling on the wall. You're like, okay, I need to burn this place down and just leave. And then like if I turn my light on, as I'm seeing a spider, my imaginary spider crawl, and my light's on, as soon as I see it hit the light, it goes away, and then I see it like come back from the other side, and I'm like, I think I need to see a psychologist because this is weird. This is not good. Labana says, I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in evil spirits, but I don't believe dead people come back. Well, is it that they don't come back, but what about the ones that never move on? Because there was also like the one, I used to be in like paranormal, a lot into like the paranormal stuff when I was like even in elementary school getting books on ghosts. And there was one theory I read where sometimes ghosts that haven't moved on just repeat things that they've done in their life. So like, say you have a house that had a hallway, and then like 100 years later that hallway got demolished and like it was now a stairwell. But the ghosts would be repeating what they did in their life, so they kind of go through the stairwell, and that's why we see it. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's one thing I could believe in. They haven't moved on, and they think they're still alive in their old house or something. What else? What is the weirdest music video you have ever seen? Huh. The weirdest music video I've ever seen. So with K-pop, it would have to be something from Hitchhiker. I've realized that I love his music videos now. If you haven't seen Hitchhiker, he's on SM. He recently had a song with Taeyong from NCT, but his music videos are so funny now. I love them. They're so good to me. But in terms of just any, it would probably be something from like System of a Down or some metal group. I can't think of it right now. And what do we got here? I seem very scientific right now. Yeah, I guess my like engineer decided to come on. What was the last thing I ate? Well, it actually was. There's a Saudi Arabian, Middle Eastern fruit. It's called a date. That was actually the last thing I ate, and it was delicious. This morning, really early. Alexis asks, horror movies. So I am actually huge on horror movies, to the point where if you are sitting there and watching a horror movie with me, if I think it's a bad movie, you'll know, because I will be pouting. So with horror movies, I think I'm so strict with them that I think The Grudge 1 and The Grudge 2, the trilogy, is it a trilogy? Yeah, the trilogy of The Grudge are all complete garbage. I think they're terribly done because it's repeating the same thing that was in the first one, which was eh. The Ring was okay. The Ring 2 sucked. In my opinion, right now, one of the best horror movies I've seen it's called Oculus because it's a psychological horror. Watch that. That one is good. That one will freak you out, and it's kind of sad. Let's see. The Conjuring's good too, but there was so many predictable things in there for me. I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen. Yep, there it is. But no, that wasn't bad. Ernest is asking, what's my favorite color of hair? Well, favorite color of hair, like on me, I would say this color. I like my hair dark. I guess you could say my type. I like black hair and blonde hair. My ex was blonde. But yeah. So let's see. And Naoto Hime asks, the Japanese or the Hollywood version. So I've seen The Ring and The Grudge, not the Japanese version, which is Ring and Grudge. I don't know what the Grudge is, but not the Japanese versions. They probably are a lot better, and I just haven't had the chance to see them, because I feel like with horror movies, if I'm like reading the subtitles, it may be difficult. And how you doing, Reem Muhammad? Most creepiest K-pop MV? That'd be Vic's Voodoo. That one was super cool. I like that one a lot, though. Do I watch Korean movies? Asks NK. Um, Korean movies. No, but I do want to see the Train to Busan. The Train to Bubadabada. I don't know how to pronounce it. That one I heard was really good. So I need to check that one out. But I watch movies from like mainly America because I don't really watch movies in general. But like that much. But there was a few. Like there was one action movie called The Raid Redemption. I think it was Indonesian. That one was pretty good. And then also Your Name, that animated Japanese movie that's not Studio Ghibli inspired. Rinrin asks, have I seen or heard of Baby Metal? I have, and I respect Baby Metal, Baby Metal for everything that they have to offer because that is such a unique concept, and I love when things are like, this shouldn't work, but I'm jamming to it. That's like the best. Sounds like you would enjoy them. Old Boy is like those good old boys cracking a cold with boys. Is Old Boys like a horror movie from America? Ernest, man, Ernest, you were trying. Are you making like a character off based on being The Sims with the answers of my questions? What roles do love and affection play in your life? So grand scheme, I think they're very important. Right now, with everything that I'm doing on like just work and YouTube, I feel like it would be unfair for me to try to even get in a relationship with anybody else because of how I would not be able to commit enough time like without like sacrificing with my YouTube or going to the gym or working. So I'm like I'm already like just packed. I barely have enough time to play the new Fire Emblem for the 3DS. By the way, that game is good. Not sure how many of you here play video games in general, but I'm enjoying that. Would Reem Muhammad asks, would you watch a historical K drama? Do you handle emotional moments as well? All right, so no, I don't handle emotional moments well. So with with like emotional moments, well, let me say this with dramas and stuff like that. Um, I I deliberately, if I like it, will first continue watching it and then try to get as emotionally involved with everything because I want to make myself feel like I'm there. It's what I do when I read books or play story-based video games. And then when like a character dies or something, I'm just like, why? And you will never know if I'm like emotional or crying because and this has been the way since I have been an infant. There's pictures of it and it's the funniest thing. Unless something's like really depressing, but like with a show, no, but it'll be either you'll see my eyes get glassy from about to tear up, or you'll see me sit there like this, like scowling, because whenever I'm thinking or holding back emotions, it just makes me look angry. And then like you'll see like this hilarious, just like single tear here or here. And I'm not sure if it's here, I'm not as sad, and it's like a scale, like oh, if it's coming out this side, I'm real upset. And it's like that's it, and then I'm like done with that. Where it's like okay, I got the emotions out, we good. What type of horror movies do I like? I like the psychological and suspense ones, but I love zombies are like my favorite horror monster, but I love like the funny zombie movies too, like Zombieland. That was so good. And yeah, inappropriate K-pop mom. It's just the struggle is real. There's just too much work to be done. And then Rinrin asks, "Have I read manga?" So the only ones I've read really like that I follow were like the ones from like the like any animes I've seen that like stopped where I was like I want to know what happens next, but I don't really have the time to do it. I feel like I can't. So Ernest asks, "Has any movie made you cry?" There's been quite a few. The latest one has been Your Name, and I say cry. I didn't actually cry, but I got the tears in my eyes where I was like, that's not gonna give away the ending, but I was like, that is an ending if I knew one. And then the one before that was Spider-Man 2, the remake when things happen. Yeah, I was like, why? My sister was cracking up because she's like, I've never seen you cry, and I was like, leave me alone. I'm vulnerable right now. I need to push down these emotions, pretend like I have answers. That's funny. Yeah, the one you're talking about, Reem, isn't that like that's been going on right now for a while? That a lot of people have been watching. I've been seeing tweets about it. Logan. I have not seen Logan yet. I wanted to. I'm real bad with movies. Like I have to be in a specific mood for movies, where like I'll be like, do I want to watch a movie now? Nah, I'd rather do anything else. Eat, just eat, just nonstop. But yeah, wow, we have been going for quite a while. I haven't even realized I started this at like a little bit a little bit later than 7 o'clock. But don't get mad. I was on my computer making it work, trying to make it work. But now it's like what 8:30. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed with all of you guys too for staying. Like thank you. So apparently I'm gonna. So have I ever? I'm probably gonna cry at Logan, Naomi. Well, you know what? I'll record myself, just my face, crying, and I'll make it more exaggerated. When I'm looking here, I don't know why I'm doing this. Is my microphone is like literally right here, and I'm like looking at it when I'm answering some questions. I don't know why. I'm like I have to look at the microphone or I can look at the webcam, but for some reason, I don't know why. Let's see. Ernest Lee. You ever had someone ask way too many questions to the point that they were creeping you out? No, but I don't. I wouldn't even say you are either because you've been here. You've been part of the. I don't have a fandom name yet for you guys. I feel like I'm not. I'm not worthy, so I don't. But, um, um, no, you've been here for a while. And Natasha says I'm hungover from last night, and I don't really have anything better to do. So, is that how it is? Is that how it is? I'm just your hangover remedy. You don't want to hang out even when you're not hungover. Okay, okay, I see how it is, Natasha. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm not planning on. I mean, yeah, no, I'm not planning on ending it just yet. We continue. We're just gonna continue. Do I watch Korean variety shows? I don't watch a lot of TV in general, so I don't actually have time for that either. Like I have a smart TV behind my monitor, and I just use it to watch Netflix, Hulu, YouTube's whenever I'm eating or just chilling for a bit. Besides that, I'll end up playing like video games instead if I have some free time or trying to think up of new things to do on YouTube. But yeah. Oh, I'm not sure if you guys saw on my Snapchat, I had different hats to celebrate something good happening at work. So I had three choices, and that was voting was picking either the second or the third choice, and I'm like, all right, well, I gotta buy them both. So I'm going to Florida, but I'm gonna have two new hats out of my whole hat collection. So yeah, it's like, wait, what do we got? Like here are they right now. We got this one. I'm not gonna put it on right now. Got the Hermosa Beach one. I feel like I'm talking about like this obsessive collection I have, but it's just like four hats. And my Penn State one. And then we got my favorite one, which is the Galaxy one, and then we have my other gray one. I probably was wearing it somewhere else, but yeah. And then what happened at work? Good things happened. They like me, so they decided that after a year, they're going to keep me. And no, just after time, things happen, and a little bit of a raise. So I think I could celebrate. Alexis, you say Ed Sheeran, and I'm guessing you're asking if I want to be him. No, if I like Ed Sheeran. I do. I like some of his songs, but I realized that I like some remixes to his songs more than the actual original composition. Like Shape of You is good, but I found some remixes which I like a million times better, so I stick with that. SVVL space M. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. You're saying, do you watch The Walking Dead? It falls in the same category as Game of Thrones, where I'm like, if I watch it, I totally will get sucked in, so I'm not yet, because I'm way too busy. Ernest, with another one of your creepy questions. Just kidding. Is what would be your dream vacation? Definitely a Euro trip, like on a cruise in the Mediterranean to hit up like Turkey and then a bunch of European countries. But basically, I would rather visit Spain for like a week or a year or live there forever because Spain is awesome. Is there a K-pop idol who you would want to have as a roommate? Oh, that's a tough one because I feel like, well, first of all, I wouldn't want them in idol form. If knowing what I saw behind the scenes of how some of them act as like a person, and not like when they're on stage or when they're on like a TV show or special, they have that persona of like they have to be different, like they're not like an actor, but they definitely have an on-camera persona like I do. Everybody does on YouTube. um it would have to be someone who has the same sense of humor as me, and I don't watch a lot, but I have seen both EXO and BTS live. EXO, they are all very, very intimidating. they EXO on stage, they have got it down pack where they know how to be just like the perfect K-pop idols. Like they are too gorgeous. And then I look at BTS and I'm like, okay, they are just as they're very talented. They have that aura going, but then they have those moments where they're like, oh, okay, they're being ridiculous. So it'd be from EXO, it would be Schumann or Chen, and then from BTS it would be J Hope or Ratmon. Those four, because I think they're responsible enough and they clean, but they'd still be cool with hanging out, but not hanging out too much in case I was like I need to do my stuff, so I'm not gonna hang out. You would match well with Psy. He sleeps just 3 to 4 hours. I can't do that. That's like wait. I need like 6 hours of sleep. No, 7 hours. And if I get anything less than that, I start acting like a bit of a zombie where I hate everything and I slowly start falling asleep throughout the day. And I wish I needed less because I would love if I could. Let me put it to you this way. If I could go to a genie and I could be granted one wish that wasn't like too crazy, it would be only having to sleep like 3 hours a night and still feeling the same type of like enjoyment and relaxation. And then when I wake up, feel 100% like if I got 8 hours of sleep, but for the whole day except for like the last 10 minutes before going back to bed, because I need more time in the day. Like, it'd be great if I had just a little bit of extra more time to do other things. Metal Andy says, if you could listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be? Well, the problem is like no matter what you listen to, if you listen to it over and over, it would get real old real fast. Not real fast, but I feel like I always say like there's some really good songs, but like I say that the radio kills some songs that are good because it's just you hear them over and over. It would have to be. That's a tough one. It would have to be one that has different genres in the same album. So I don't know anything like that. What's one K-pop song that you can't listen to without dancing? Sincerely a dancer? Oh, Natasha, you're a dancer. That's awesome. One song that I would have to listen to. Not today. Not today. That song's such a bop that I can't help. But then there's also like Taemin's Drip Drop, which I love, and then NCT's Fire, which I just jam. So it's hard to say. NK says, what do you think of Josh's opinion on IU? Well, first things first is that's Josh's opinion. So like his opinion is it's not based on just randomly. He obviously has these feelings, and I'm like I can see where he's coming from. It's hard to say one way or another, but I could see where he's coming from with it, saying that basically of what the stories were that he told me about her, everything that has happened, that it's like there may be some things that are up to questioning. And Natasha, I guess the best way to say what Josh's opinion is he has strong feelings for how he judges her character. And you can find that, I don't know whose channel it's on. It's on either mine or Josh's, obviously. We did a collaboration on IU's song 20, 20, 23, 21. The number, her age. But yeah, like I can, I respect it. Just because he doesn't like it, it's like, yeah. And then Naoto says, the song/MV that makes you cringe the most. Oh, I could go on and on for this one. It may be an early BTS one of the ones where they, where J-Hope wears the mask. I'm like, my God, that music video, it's too much. Let's see. What else? No More Dream. No More Dream. Yeah, actually, Wolf has some cool effects in it, but my gosh. Ah, woo! Woo! I hear some of these songs and I'm like, boy, ring ding dong, right? Yeah, and that's the thing though, is there's a lot of songs where you listen to them and you're like, oh my god, wait, I know exactly which one. It's that one. I think it's EXO song where they start off with, "Girl, I can't explain to you how I feel." Like there is one video on Josh's channel and it's called like Punchy. It's just Punchy, and I guess that's a way of saying giggly. And it's us trying to react to that one EXO song, and it is so funny because we get through it for about 3 seconds, and then immediately you just see us breaking, and we're trying so hard, and then at one point I'm like just straight face, just like, Josh, I can't do this. And then we start repeating through it, like just laughing and laughing. And then we did it in a live stream too. We actually went in and did it on a live stream, and people were agreeing with us. And we were so scared because we're like, wait, you know how XOLs can be. They can be a little bit violent with what they say on Twitter. So we were like, we're not sure how we're gonna do this, but eventually we're like, I think we're not the only one who thinks the introduction to that song is the funniest thing that we have heard ever. I'm not just saying XOLs. Like, there's just crazy people in every fandom and just everyday life. Like, I bet you there's a crazy person who lives near me, and I'm kind of scared for saying that now. Oh, man. Yeah, I feel like I need to listen to that song if I'm ever in a bad mood. Or it's just like I have to listen to it. And you know what? You know what though? Is I feel like a lot of the songs that are cringy are like them trying to be trying something new, and I'm like, I respect that aspect, but my god, if you post it on the internet, you played yourself. Like that's on you, and I'm gonna make fun of you. And I hope if I do something stupid ever that I get made fun of, because that's just the way it's got to be. If I can't take it, I can't give it. JYJ girl makes me cringe. Just saying that makes me cringe. I don't think I've listened to that song. You know, I realize without some modern songs in K-pop, I don't think I could listen to it ever. I think the big reason is like some of like Card is so good, EXO is good, BTS is good. Then you have some of the newer groups. I recently reacted to Ace Cactus. They went hard style on that. So they went with a genre of music that most people don't even know what it is. It's the kind, you hear it and you're like, why am I listening to this? I mean, I like every genre of music except country. I can't do country at all. But that song that song got me, got me a little, like, they got my attention of them because I want to see what else they do, if they're going to stick on that like hard style or the hard style route, or if they're going to like just go all over the place. But yeah, like, I mean, I feel like in the industry, I'm not sure what business decisions led them to decide to do that, or pick to do the what do you call it? Those like style of MVs. But I wonder if it was trying to relate to American songs, or if it was just something where they're like, we're gonna do it. That's just the way it's gonna be. What K-pop MV plot twist shocks you the most? So this one just goes back to the answer of my previous question of the most memorable reaction is K-Will's Please Don't, because that ending is fantastic. It's so good. Um, yeah, and I checked some of Ace's stuff. They've covered quite a few big like BTS songs. I saw them doing the dances for, and I was like, wow, they're doing that really, really well. Let's see. In your opinion, which current K-pop group had the best debut? Ooh, we got SF9, you got Ace, you got Blackpink, you got NCT 127. That's pretty recent. Yeah, no, I guess that was last summer, so maybe not. Who else? Card. It's tough. It's tough to say because I feel like there's so many debuts which are different, and it really just depends on what is your like perfect style of music, or like what you actually would put on your Spotify playlist. Like, I think Blackpink was fantastic, and I'm not just saying that because Lisa stole my heart, but I'm just saying. Yeah, Raven and Raven. I think it's to be a true K-pop fan, you have to watch. Please don't. Oh, Victoria, that's right. Dreamcatcher Chase Me. That one was great. That was the one with the girls who were ghosts, right? Right? Yeah, like I feel like with YG. Wait, really? Hold on, Naomi Card hasn't technically did. Then what have they been doing? What have they been showing me? I need to bring. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I promised myself I wasn't gonna do this, but what have I been watching? I promised myself I wouldn't go close to the microphone, but it's it's that time of the night, I guess. No, but I didn't realize that they weren't even. I didn't realize that they weren't even like I guess in a full debut. I always thought that they have already debuted, but I guess I was wrong. Rin, EXO Mama intro makes you cringe. Is that like the music video or the song itself? Because I don't. Oh, wait, I do remember the music video. They're all in cloaks coming from Exoridium or Exoplanet. I thought that was cool with like the whole storyline, but I can see where you're coming from. Well, that's great. If Card is like doing all this marketing like before they even debuted, then that's even they're in for a wild ride. They're definitely on a busy track because I'm not sure. So, and you guys would know better than I. Can How many of the members can speak fluent English? Because well, have they ever released it like Onana? Does that have like an English version of it like that they sing? Because I feel like if they do that, it would I think it would do well. Like Onana, that will sound amazing in English for like the English listeners. Oh, so only BM can speak English. Oh, okay, so I guess not. Wait, Josh is here? Yo, what up, Josh? How you doing, man? They released "Don't Recall" in English. Now, was it? Now, I don't want to be sounding rude, but was it fluent enough where if an English listener heard it, they'd be like, "Oh no, this is like just a Western song," or was it like, "Oh no, this is you can hear the the accents in them." Ooh, yo, see you later, Reem. Have a good night. Who do I think is better looking, me or Josh? Ernest, you're asking the hard hitting questions. Well, it's clearly Josh. I mean, have you seen that European body? He's a dapper individual. Oh boy, we have fun here. But yeah. Okay, I take back that answer. I'm tall, dark, and handsome. If he says I'll be Josh. Now I have to banter. Well, yeah. So Naomi, if it was fluent for the most part in a small, I'll listen to it. I'll definitely listen to it. But if it was just a small accent here and there, then it should be good. Um, and Alexis, yeah, I could see why you're not into card. I love the tropical style that they go with, like in just general. Like the song that I've recommended earlier in Spotify has like a tropical kind of feel to it. But Natasha Active Akbar is clearly the winner. I like that. That's gonna be my brand. If I ever come out with like a clothing line, it'll be called Akbar and then AKB4R and then Active as like the sub brand. The Active brand is all the sportswear. Oh, okay. Josh, adding into the questions. If I could interview any group slash artist, who would it be? This is a tough one because I want to say BTS because everybody's been interviewing BTS and that's like riding the hype of they've been the biggest like explosive explosion of like a K-pop group in recent history, like with the Wings. But I'll stay away from this the obvious answers, which is just like the BTSs and the EXOs. I won't pick BTS and EXO for this answer. I'd say if it wasn't BTS or EXO, I'd pick Big Bang because they have so much history and well, I picked Big Bang prior to the scandals because with all the scandals now, I don't know if they even would really like to talk about it. Or if I did interview them, I would stay away from talking about that. I would just want to ask them about their musical career and how it progressed, because I feel like with them, if I mentioned the scandals, they'd be the ones who would totally get that like look on their face and just stand up and leave. Where I'm like, all right, I totally messed up and would not like to do that, and shouldn't have done that. And Kay says you didn't like the English version of Card. Well, yeah. So, Josh, if I did bring it up, it would be the very last question, so I could still ask all the other questions in the interview. Because, like I said, they totally would be the ones who would. I feel like would be the ones who would get up and leave. 21 is also a good one to interview. That would be a good one as well. Is there something that you've dreamt of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it? Um. Oh, learning how to fly a plane and skydiving. So, learning how to fly a plane, that's very expensive and very time consuming. And then skydiving is, I don't trust. I've There was one skydiving place in my hometown, or like where my parents live, and then I read a review where someone died off that one company, and I was like, all right, that's like where I live. I'm gonna take a break and wait until maybe another 5 years when I feel I get that like I shake off that article I read where someone died at the one I was planning on going on. You know, no matter how hard you try to hide it, if you just Google, did anybody die? You'll get answers. So he would have answered my questions. He did it in the past. Well, then I like it, and it's like I wouldn't bring it up like. I'm pretty sure anybody who was interviewing wouldn't bring it up obnoxiously unless they were deliberately trying to do that. Josh coming in with the hard hitting questions. What are my career goals versus YouTube goals? Well, if we look at it 5 years from now, the goal would be of career goals and YouTube goals would be, if possible, if I have the opportunity to make that the same idea, to make my career being my YouTube. So doing YouTube for a living. Now, on a side note, just saying, taking that end point aside, if I was just to look at the two separate from each other, my career goals would be definitely to become in maybe a managerial or business-oriented position of the trade. Like, for instance, my one manager, he started out in the same field, and he ended up now being an account executive, and he moved to California, and he's been doing a lot of great work. Now, with YouTube, what I would like to do is start switching over to more, and actually, someone already asked what I wanted to do to YouTube in like 5 years. And Natasha with the ACK binder. I love that, actually. That's amazing. But in 5 years would be to get more rigorous with maybe live streaming. Mainly, though, reviewing more music. Doing things that make me, review music and actually have an opinion, sort of am an opinion piece where now people can rely on me for music. Where, I know that people would actually want to come in and see what I have to say and go from that. An inappropriate K-pop mom. It is getting less viable, but a lot of the times there's a lot that goes into it, and I'm just saying, this is very high level of what to do in 5 years. There's obviously a lot of thought that is going into it. Trust me, my engineering side will not just blindly jump into something like that. But I definitely have. That's definitely all is being taken into consideration as well. Where it's like, where is the point where my YouTube is sustainable enough that I can quit the job and only do YouTube? Because you can see all the data, and where I can see stability is where it'd be the best answer. But that's enough technicaling for that answer. Thank you for that question, Josh. But no, like Natasha, that's great. ACK binders or AKB one. I don't know how you'd say it, but I like it. Also, earlier you said what the fandom name should be. I actually, you may have picked it. You may have picked it. So I'll keep this definitely. Is I don't know. I don't know if I should keep it, but it's a great one. Is Actives, which is the AKT1 VES, the Actives. That's actually now in consideration. But I don't know how I would call it. Like, are you the Actives, or like I don't know. There's some work that needs to be done. Um, let's see. Hey Josh, real quick, are we going to the GD concert? I know we were planning on it, but have we decided like for sure we're going? I think we should. What do you think? If he's still in the chat, I'm not sure. Yeah. Fandom names are tough because it's like if you choose it, you kind of are stuck with it for a while, and if you start trying to like brand it, you may find like, oh, this is actually a derogatory term, or something where you're like, oh God, I shouldn't have said that, and now you have it on T-shirts and you're marketing it to people where you're like, oh, Jiminy Crickets, that's terrible. Okay, so Josh, okay, it's confirmed. We are going to the I'm having a biggest the GD concert. So yes, we are going. So sweet. And then Naomi. That's not a bad thing. Like, hey yo, what's good, actives? I think I can pull that off, right? Like right as I do my intro, like what's up? But I feel like I need way more or more subscribers as well. Naomi, you're going too? All right. If we get in a GD squad going, Lego. We need an official color also. Now that one will take work. Like what? Should I say white? Because I have nothing on my background right now. No, yeah, we'll go. And Casanyo, I wish you were coming. Oh, Alexis, you're going too? That's pretty sweet. Yeah, if I opened a PO box, I think I should. I think it's right about time because I think I need help getting some stuff on my wall. I've been trying to look on Amazon for things to get, and like every time I'm looking at some like K-pop posters, I see them, and then I see posters for like things that I personally like, where I'm like, that's cool. Like a picture of like a GTR, like just like a GTR Nissan, or like the new Legend of Zelda poster, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I should get K-pop because that's like what we do here on this channel, or if I should get like some video game posters because that's what I do in my life, or some cars because that's just what I like. I don't know. It's a tough life. Natasha, I think I'm gonna exclusively open my PO box just so you can send me ketchup chips. Because there's the punchline. Because you're Canadian. Is that what they do? I thought it was like syrup. Send me syrup too. I would some syrup on that John. Make the wall a reflection of myself. Now the dad joke in me is like, so I should get a mirror? Ha! No, but that's not a bad idea. I was thinking about either getting like all here where like you guys would see during reactions, like posters of stuff that represent me, and then over right there, either get a chalkboard or a whiteboard so I can write down my ideas, or I don't know, dress it up so when I record I have something that I could show you if I wanted to. But yeah, I think I will. I'll definitely open up a PO box and start decorating this, especially after my trip to Florida next week. I'll get that all set up. Raven has K-pop, metal, and anime stuff. Like 91. I mean, yeah. Josh, if you send me anything, I hope it's like you said you were using your white rubber gloves for cleaning. I hope it's something like some gag gift where I can just drive back to your place and be like, you sent me this. Here, take it back. I would love that. Just your white rubber gloves, like an empty tissue box. Like, this is my garbage. Here, take it. And and then like a box of chocolate that just is like a little less than sign in a 3. Just because that would be how you troll. You would totally troll. Yeah. No, I mean I would like that too. It'd be nice to actually do like unboxings. Just seeing like it's almost like every day is a holiday or every unboxing is a holiday. Josh, if he sends me his underwear, I will literally burn it on stream. I will live stream it, and it will be called "Burning Josh Binder's Underwear Live." That'll be it. Can you imagine that? Like I'm just on there, straight face with like a lighter and like just undergarments, and then just and just like burn it, and then like just the fire department comes in, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just straight faced. Another serious Josh question. Dude, bro, honest question. How is your booty so big and soft? It's fascinating. Like, I purposely drop things just to get a glance of you picking them up. Well, first of all, it may be big, but it ain't soft. And second of all, squats. It's called going to the gym and doing squats. Front squats are great, but mainly just normal squats from the back. All right? Yeah. So you got to do back squats and front squats. And I was saying this during the beginning of the live stream. For some reason, with some of these answers, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at my microphone like people can see me. So I have to, like, for some reason, just got to, like, turn it back. Squats. So you hear that, Josh? If you do one thing at the gym, besides tanning, is get squats done. Just go, just so you can get the best quads to match your calves. It'd be great. Oh, here it is. The act booty is back. But see, since we're following the same trend, now it has to be AKB00TY. uh, Yo, I don't know why. I wonder why booty reminded me of. Didn't CL have a song with Little Yachty, or she was featured in a song by Little Yachty, who's like a hip hop or a rapper in America? I think so. I listened to a part of it, and she actually sounded pretty good. I didn't hate it. But do you guys know what the exact song is? Yeah, Casanio. I don't know. If you wanna talk about my butt, you can too. You should do a cover of Anaconda called Act Booty. Like how would that even start? My Act Booty don't. I don't know. We have fun here. Uh, is Reggie still live streaming? I'm not sure. Is he still going on? I know I was like kind of totally like took up his like live streaming, but I did tweet it, so just being fair. Let's see. Little yeah, is he young? I mean, I feel like you still got Snoop Dogg still making raps and Jay-Z, but yeah, I guess a lot of them are coming out are pretty young. And then we have our favorite Indonesian rapper, Josh. I think Josh reacted to him on his channel, but it's Rich Chiga with his song Dat Stick. He's actually an Indonesian fella, and he has this amazing voice. It's like you look at him and he's like this. In the video, he's a 16-year-old scrawny Asian wearing a fanny pack, shorts, and a buttoned-up polo, but his voice sounds like that of a grown man, and it's pretty good. It's one of the funniest music videos. I know how I'm pronouncing it. That's how he pronounces it. I know what I can and cannot say. I am simply quoting his name. Oh, okay. Here's another serious question from Josh. What's something you hate in the K-pop industry right now? Okay, so there's two things. One is the fact that it has just it came to my attention, and I knew it was there the whole time. Is there's a scandal, and we were talking about this, where some of the trainees get almost basically not sold up. They get put into being like sold into prostitution to do things for older men, where it's like ugh. And then another thing that I hate is right now it seems like there are so many production companies making so many different debut groups, and I love them all, and I'm totally okay with that part. But it seems like sometimes, and this is like the gut feeling, is like a lot of them are being created trying to get hyped, or like they're throwing all of their things out on the dartboard, and they're seeing what sticks. So say they release like one company releases a few big groups, or a few groups, and only one does successful. They're willing to like just drop the rest and only keep that one big one that was able to be successful. So the first one is my real answer is like I guess Natasha puts it the best, the sexualization of minors, but and like the gross part. But then the other thing, and like the more musical aspect, is seeing how many new groups are coming out, and just worried that a lot of them won't even last like 2 years because they're just trying to bomb this scene, trying to like ride off of this BTS Western wave. And like it sucks because then you have these trainees who've been working really hard, and the songs are really good, and then they just fade away. Like Ace just came out last year. We had SF9 come out. We have Card. We have there's Black Six. There's a whole bunch of different tiny groups that I've reacted to as well, and it's it's not looking good. Not looking good. And yeah, Ernest, that's a very good way of putting it. No one is being paid what they're worth, and most are overworked, which really jeopardizes their physical and mental health. The second part, I agree. The first part is tough to say. So when it comes to what they're worth comes down to how many viewers they get and how big of an impact they make on the scene. In my opinion, just looking at what I've seen K-pop, and with these newer groups, sometimes they don't get a lot of views, and don't get me wrong, they work really hard for it. But in terms of pay, the pay in that market is super competitive. So they have to be, from a business standpoint, I feel like the amount of work they're putting in, isn't what's being recognized. Um, which is the tough part. Is the money part isn't really the hard thing, but it's the fact that the amount of work isn't getting the recognition because they're the managers, they're not doing any of the work. They're just telling all the trainers, the trainees, this is what you have to do of one group and then the next group, and then that's just it. And Naomi points out that FNC pretty much dropped N Flying. That's a good point. They dropped N Flying. Here's the thing. I don't really know who N Flying is, which just brings it up. It's just like they're like, hey, here's the debut group. Oh, they didn't do well. Hey guys, we're gonna keep you on our leash just so you can't join another group, like a company that may do better, um, but we're not going to do anything with you, because then that way, then they don't get that like betrayal feeling where it's like, oh, this group did bad under us, now they're flourishing under another company. Beast. Just saying. But they just keep them and they kind of just drown out. History is another great example. History's Queen, that song was dirty. That song was so good, and then they decided to disband them. Why? They didn't market them well. They didn't really do any advertising. They probably released that song and just that group at a bad time when it's just super saturated now. And that's just the way it goes. Is from a business standpoint, I see why they're doing it. They're trying to see what sticks to make their company the most money. But as a decent human being, it just sucks. And someone who appreciates all the hard work going in, it just sucks that they're being taken advantage of, in my opinion, as bad as they are. And then Josh Binder, another one. Ernest, he's catching up to you with all the questions. No, Ernest has been asking a lot of good questions, and so are you, Josh. What do I think of online dating? Well, it's 2017, and I think online dating is perfectly fine. You have people who use, for like hookups, and maybe relationships come out of them, but you have people who use Tinder and Bumble and whatever you have to, uh, hook up, and at the same time you can have dating sites to start dating. And maybe it's still taboo a little bit. I don't really see why. I'm personally just an old man where I'm old fashioned and like to meet people in person. That's just because I'm stubborn and I like seeing people in person. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Why would there be anything wrong if you're a millennial who spends all day on the internet? And hey, why don't you meet people that way? Is it as bad as saying you met someone because you are? It's like saying that me as a YouTuber, if I met someone through a live stream, or like a live stream just my YouTube channel, that's technically meeting online. The perfect segue into Josh's next question is: would you ever date a fan? That's tough. Um, I don't know. I don't know. And the reason I say that is because I would hope, maybe at the level I'm at right now, where it's like, oh, I have 17,000 subscribers. It's not like a huge YouTuber. I'd be like, okay, I could see why it's okay, but I would hope that they wouldn't be using the popularity to be the only reason of dating. Where it's like, you have people like if like I know PewDiePie, he actually met his significant other like as a fan when he was smaller, but there's always that worry of like someone just using you for your fame. So right now, my definitive answer would be no for now, because I wouldn't feel, well, one, I'm not really looking for like, I don't think a relationship is right now for me, and then two is it would just seem it would just seem like a lot of drama and problems could pop up that way, unless like unless I really knew them. But like, you've had quite a few people, not even just in K-pop reactors, who think they know somebody online, and they may send them stuff, and then it just ends up all over social media, backfiring, just ruining their own career. Not in K-pop, or not in just React, the K-pop in general, but like any fan service. Like I know there's or fandom, and YouTube channel or anything really. Anybody with celebrity status has to worry about that risk, where you don't know. You mean unless you really see them in person? Like that's the thing is I would want to see them in person and keep up with them and just get to know them in person before officially dating someone. I would want to humanize myself and not make me seem like a magical YouTuber or something like that. That was a mouthful, but yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and then Rebecca, let's be honest, the people can be creepy. People can be creepy anywhere. Josh, you're bringing up your question from your Snap story, I see. Would you rather have to say everything on your mind or never talk again? I would rather say everything on my mind. Are you kidding me? I personally hate stepping around how to say stuff. And it's especially true at work, where like it could be with someone who's a good coworker of mine and I could know them, but still because I don't want to offend them, instead of saying something like, like say we're doing code and I see a line that's just like a piece of code that's like bad and I know I could make it shorter and more efficient. Instead of saying stuff like, yo, that's bad, try this one, it's better, I'd have to say stuff like, that's good, but we can make this better. I think, why don't you try this and, make it go this way. And then that's how you do it. I prefer to just get everything out and be direct. And I tell people like that to me at work. Like, don't sugarcoat it. Just tell me what I need. But you don't have to be insulting. If I do something wrong, give me constructive criticism so I know how to make it right. And then Alexa says, do I like rock climbing? I do. I actually really do like rock climbing. But right now I have vouched to go to the gym over rock climbing because I would like to get stronger first by lifting. And then I would like to go back for rock climbing because rock climbing is really fun. And then Ernest says, you'll probably date a physician, maybe a pediatrician. She'll be 5'8" and very pleasing to the eye. You'll have a rocky start to the relationship, but it'll work well for about 2 years. Where did that come from? Oh, you're being random af. Yeah, okay, we'll see. Maybe she will be a physician or pediatrician. Maybe a nurse is acceptable. It's just a process. What are some things you would look for in a girl? Well, actually, what's funny is, so we'll do both physical and mental because I feel like there's the three things is emotional, physical, and mental. I think they're all equally important, but we'll start with mental like what they got, and it's that they have to. I would want to keep a conversation with them, so just at least someone who's has the intellectual capacity to know what I'm talking about at high level. Like even with my technical stuff, they don't got to understand everything. They just got to at least engage. Emotional would be that they have to have their own goals for them that they need to, and this is all vice versa. Like this isn't just a one-way street here. They gotta be able to have their own goals, and it's not. I always didn't like the phrase like two halves of one whole. I've always liked the phrase of two wholes making like a power couple. So emotionally, being someone who's just really headstrong, has doesn't necessarily rely on you in terms of their own aspirations, but is still there to help you out. And then physical, really the one big preference that I have is I like tall girls. I'm 6 foot. The last girl I was seeing was like what, 5. Official, like I guess serious was like 5'8", 5'9". No, 5'10". She was 5'10". So I'm okay with that, but that's not like a deal breaker for me. The really only physical thing is they have to just make sure that they keep themselves kept, like I do, like not a slob, I guess, because that usually determines what their personality is too. And having a job would be nice, but that's pretty much it. Just that stuff. Yeah, the height is like not a deal breaker. It's really if you keep yourself clean and don't look like a slob, as I don't either. And it's all really about sacrifice. If you're not shaving your legs, I'm okay with that. But if you like a clean shaven face, don't expect me to shave then either. Just saying. Do I like paralegals? Asking for a friend. Well, Natasha, it depends. Are they a good paralegal or do they kind of suck at their job? I'm just kidding. Well, yeah. Now you're getting to know more about me. What's funny is, like, hygiene is such a big deal to me that I didn't realize that my bathroom, when I, well, right now I could, no, it's not bad, but like when I cleaned it first, it was the best smelling room in my house. Where my living room smells great. I have a Yankee candle. It's not on right now, but it's what is it, like Midnight Moon? It's great. But I swear by the product Kaboom. It's the best. It's the best cleaning product because I just go in there, I spray all of the bath walls, the bathtub, the toilet, and the counter, and leave it there for like 2 hours. 2 hours. Come back, wipe it down, clean as a whistle. Wow, 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 wow. I don't know what you're referring to, but that's a lot of wows. Ernest, what are you saying? What is NK says? What was my favorite course in college? All right, so I'll pick one that was related to my major and one that wasn't related to my major. So the one that wasn't related to my major would definitely be Greek and Roman mythology. I realized how much I love like mythology. Like that stuff is so cool to me. And just learning about like the truth. Like the truth with like how some gods are portrayed. Like you have Zeus and like Hercules, and I'm like, oh, he's a good dad. Then you read about Zeus and you're like, that's not a good dad. He's just kind of cheating on Hera with everything that moves and is female, and you're like, what? And then what else? And then my college course that I like that's aerospace is one that's called Computational Fluid Dynamics. I got an A in that course, like easy, and it was where it's basically like just simulating airflow with all these equations in a computer program and learning the like theory behind it. And I was like, I love this stuff. It's so nerdy. And Natasha, yeah, it is crazy to say that goals have to be a given, but you have those people who really are just like playing around. You know what I mean? They're kind of like just playing with you, and they're just short keeping, where they don't know what they want in life, and they're using you as just like a fling, where they don't even know what they're doing with themselves, and they're basically like immature, and that's what I can't really deal with. And I say that, and like it's okay if like you have a sort of personality that's like childlike, but like I'm like I always say I'm like a kid, but at least being mature. And then, yeah, Josh, these questions are good. No, let's see. This is a good one, actually. What are some things you personally try to work on in your life? Like character traits, goals, and habits. So, actually, with character traits, one that I have been working on for the last 4 years, 5 years, and I think Josh can attest to this one, is knowing, like, when I talk to people, I'm pretty sure it's clear that I know how to talk to people since I'm on YouTube just talking in the live stream. But what it was is like sometimes when people used to talk, I would cut them off. And it wasn't like I deliberately did it, like trying to say something. It was just whenever I had a thought in my head, it was like a version of communicating ADD. Where like I'd be like, they're saying something, and then I'd be like, oh, and I'm just going to cut you off because I already know the answer. So I realized that, oh, people don't like that. So over the last 5 years in college, I've worked on that where now I don't do that because that's rude and it's not cool because it makes it look like you're not actually caring, even though you're caring so much that you feel like you know what they're going to say. And then another thing is, I think, and I don't know how to put this, is, and I don't know if I have it, but I think, everybody suffers from, well, I know I suffer from like acute depression, where sometimes it just makes it hard to motivate myself to do things. And I have everything prepared, and then I just lay there and I'm like, I don't want to do it. And what do I do in the meantime? Nothing. I don't go on my phone. I don't, play video games. I just lay down and do nothing. So that's why I think it may be something like that, but it doesn't happen as much anymore because I've been finding ways around it. So that's another thing. And then the last is really keeping up with my family more. Since I moved out, it's been tough, but I've definitely been making sure that I give them time. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, we're getting real deep though. Like real deep. Mariana Trench deep? No, we're going black hole deep. Yeah, we're getting there. What was the last time you sat down to look at the sky? Last night. I look at the sky a lot. Yeah. Like at night especially, I love stargazing. So I just stargaze all the time and just kind of let my mind wander into just stargazing. um, where I just can't help it. Like I always just like the fact that I'm like, there are more stars in our, I think, galaxy or universe, one of those, than there are grains of sands on our Earth. Where I'm like, wow, you're so small. You're so small. But it's just like there's so much that happens on this planet compared to what we know. Because I bet you there's aliens or something. But it's crazy. So yeah, I just let my thoughts wander a lot. Get lost in my thoughts all alone. Yeah, I am a thinker. That's all I do. And then Soul Crazy asks, have you heard about the total solar eclipse? I have, and at work we actually modeled it in our software and where you have to be to see an exact solar eclipse and where you get a partial solar eclipse. So yeah, we know about that. And then Alexis says, what is my dream car? Okay. Let's see. My dream car, all right, so if we're having a reasonable dream car, like in the realm of possibility, it would be a Subaru WRX, Subaru WRX STI, the sports car, the blue one, and then like a really expensive one would be a Lexus LFA. Yeah, that one. That's yeah. I mean with cars, I just like really, uh, um, what was I saying? I like really fast cars, and it's like an engineering thing. So I'm like, that's just always been a thing. Sorry that I'm like sort of losing track of what I'm saying. I'm trying to read the comments and then go back to what you guys are talking about, or what I have to talk about before. And then Josh says, "Sorry, I can be a little obviousness in my obviousness, or I guess obvious when we talk about that stuff." That is perfectly fine, Josh. That is something that makes you you, and it is quite hilarious. Oh, Rabia, that is a great choice. The Tesla is great because, well, one, it's good for the environment, which is cool. Two, it's an electric car, so it has well, it's not that it's an electric car, but it has what's known as a zero gear ratio, which is cool. I'm totally nerding out right now, which is cool because what that means is when you have like if you had a drag race with like that car versus another sporty car that's like really expensive, the other sporty car has to take time to get up to its maximum like acceleration RPMs. The Tesla doesn't. It just goes. It just goes. It's awesome. I've never ridden in it. I just know this stuff. Raven says, "What is your favorite ice cream flavor?" Vanilla chocolate chip, hands down. Love the vanilla with the just the little spritz of chocolate to make my day feel great, and I love the crunch from like the. I think it's in specifics the Haagen-Dazs vanilla chocolate chip. That stuff is fire. It's free. It's an obvious choice. If all the world is a stage, where does the audience sit? Well, they obviously sit with the stars because that's where you belong. That's where we are, right? Does that make sense? I don't know. Oh, Rin had to leave. Bye, Rin. Soul Crazy asks, I'm going down the list with questions, so please, if you have any questions or if you want to talk about anything else besides just me, I know it's been like what 8 like Akbar hour right now. Let me know. I'm here for you guys. But would you rather explore space or the ocean? Aerospace engineer, space. Also, there aren't giant squids in space. I hope not. So space. Just saying. And then Josh says, have you ever thought about how many kids do you want to have one day? So I was a family of 4, and that worked out well. But just knowing me, probably 3 max. 2 would be okay. I would like to have at least 1 son and a daughter. Say Haagen-Dazs again. Is that how you pronounce it? Haagen-Dazs. 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 I don't know what's the actual pronunciation. And have I ever tried mochi? Yes, I love mochi. Mochi is delicious. The mochi ice cream is also delicious. Everything about mochi is amazing. Cereal before or after milk? Oh, clearly before milk. Oh, no. After milk. Sorry, I said that backwards. I messed that up. I like it after because I like it a little bit crunchy. What anime am I currently watching? That would be Attack on Titan, and there was another one. What is that called? The one... I have to look this up. Hold on. I know this. I can't believe I forgot. I'm so sorry. It is... It's the one with that really... I'm thinking about like what I'm going to say to describe this to you guys, and it does not help at all. Yeah, I can't remember right now. It's the one with the sword people, and nope, that doesn't help. No, it's not No, I watched that, but the one I'm currently watching, it's like the one where they are part of different familias and they believe in like the gods. Like there's Loki, and then the main character's name was Belle with the white hair. I don't remember. Do I believe in aliens? Yeah, I do. The universe is way too big not to have them, in my opinion. It's just way too big. Second try. Oh, did you ask already? Favorite constellation? That would be definitely Ursa Major, the bear, the Great Bear. It's just a cool constellation. That's what I've known. That was like the first one I know because of the Big Dipper's part of it. Or is it the Little Dipper? Can't recall right now. But yeah, it's a sweet constellation. Do you like green tea ice cream or anything that involves green tea? I love green tea ice cream. It's so refreshing. They have it at this one sushi place. It's the best. It's one of the best things to have after sushi. It's chill. Do I have a favorite star? I do. I do actually have a favorite star. It is known as VY Canis Majoris. It is the second largest star. Used to be the largest star until we found one that was bigger than it. It's terrifying. It's horrifying. If I had a chance to talk to my 15-year-old self, what would I tell him? I would tell him not to be afraid of some of the consequences of what he would do. And I know I'm saying that because I know what the limitations of 15-year-old me are, so the consequences aren't like breaking the law. It's more of like just things where I would like, darn, I should have done that. But what it was I would just tell him to do more things, just because I feel like he was too nervous sometimes dealing with like things with family and just how I thought people would perceive me. So yeah. Let's see what else we got here. If you could breed two animals together to defy the laws of nature, what animal would that be? It would definitely have to be some big winged bird and some whale. Just seeing a flying shark. Oh, no, never mind. It would be a bird and a shark, because I've always thought, and this is just because it's like it'd be the scariest thing, but I would love to see it. Could you imagine if you were walking in the woods and you saw like a land shark? Like it's a shark that just floats like and goes like past a tree, like staring at you like a great white. That'd be horrifying, but kind of awesome. And that's the name. It's yes. Is it okay to pick up girls in the dungeon? That's what it's called. That's what I forgot it was called. That it's a funny one. And I guess I am a bit of a nerd for liking a star. I am a rocket scientist, and if I didn't like a star, if I did not like a star, had a favorite star, I feel like I'd be ashamed. I would get made fun of at NASA. Everybody at NASA has a favorite star. You don't? Psh, ha, leave. I'd leave my internship immediately. They'd kick me out. Let's see. Have I ever tried oh, I totally missed this one. Have I ever tried the green tea or frap from Starbucks? So actually I hate Starbucks. Not because of like you know, with their economy. No, I have not tried it. It's just they're expensive there, so I'd rather not. If you had a unicorn, what would I name it? Sir Reginald Magic, I don't know, George. Do you like Rick and Morty? I do. I do like Rick and Morty. Do you like bacon hawks? That's good. Are there any secrets about yourself that you think people can't handle yet? Yes. Actually, hold on. Let me think. By people, is it like... Yeah, I think so. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I know there have been times where I'm like nervous of telling people things. So I would say yeah. And do I like scary story type things? Well, I do. I love horror. I love everything in the horror genre. It just is so much fun to deal with. I don't know. It's just fun. It's fun to see how people react in those, and just see how people, like the characters react, I should say, and also how people watching the movies react to it, because they're all different, and some of them they're like, you would never do that, and then you think about it for a second, and you're like, oh wait, yeah, if a stabby man with a giant pointy knife is chasing you, would you actually act logically? Probs not. Ooh, ooh. Let's see. Do you remember the video AKMU melted? Has that happened in your life? Like, have you experienced negative things like that slash racism growing up for your background? Well, Josh, you know of the story with the last person I was seeing. I guess you would count that as racism from her dad. I didn't really talk about this. I talked about, yeah, I've been through like a breakup, but we never talked about why. But yeah, I mean, besides racism from people I never met like that, besides that, I've personally never experienced it. But what's crazy, listen, this is a great story. When I was in California, I was training this one guy, Egyptian American, or he was born in Detroit, funniest guy I knew. But apparently, one week after 9/11 happened, he was in Texas just washing his car, and he said he saw this white truck just kind of going back and forth, and apparently it stopped. And then these guys came out with a baseball bat and said, "You need to go back from where you came." And he thought, Detroit? Because I'm from Detroit. And he immediately, his car was half covered in soap, decided to get in his car, back out, and just drive away, just covered with soap, because these guys were coming at him with like a baseball bat and, gonna hurt him. And I was like, that's crazy. I'm lucky in the regard that I've never experienced it, but I know people have, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens to me, because you know, there are bad people everywhere. There are people who are so have they have deeply rooted hatred towards an ideology, and regardless with ideology and how you feel about one thing, that's one thing. But if you can have deep rooted hatred for a single person without knowing what they're about, that is where I call you a piece of garbage. Where and I get it. Every generation is different. Where it's just the way it is as racism happens, and then every next generation is a step down. So it's tough. It's tough for sure. But the one thing is I at least wish people would be able to take the time to know and just live by the rules that you don't know what one person's gone through, so you shouldn't say crap about them unless you know them. That's basically how I wish it was. What's the smartest investment you ever made? Well, I haven't started investing in the stock market, but I guess the smartest investment so far would be the stuff I use to record for YouTube. So that'd be this camera. That would be my computer, which is also half for gaming. The microphone, the mic stand, the lights. Also, I guess my apartment complex, like where I live, because it's nice living here where I'm able to kind of do things on my own and figure things out that way. Yeah. But yeah. And Ernest, I'm sorry that you went through something like that before, but it's just you learned from it, where it's a part of who you are, and it just helps mold you into hopefully someone who will know not to do that to someone else in the future. That's what I learned from all of what happened to me, is I won't ever judge someone like that. I just can't. It's just not fair to them, and I know that they deserve every right to prove that they are cool. Exactly, Ernest. It will make you stronger and not be judgy. Hello from Korea. How are you? Don't leave. You can stay. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hello. Would you recommend buying a pre-built gaming computer or making one yourself? And now it depends. If you build a computer, the one issue is you're not done when you build it. You have the issue of, oh, I built it, and now there's this new piece coming out, this new graphics card. Do I need it? No. Do I have a little bit of money to drop on it? Sure. I'm gonna buy it for no reason. Where I'm like, oh crap. That's not good. So if you don't want to get sucked into the like void that I have, where I just buy just more parts, get a pre-built one. So what was that, Natasha? It's Benjamin. Oh yeah, because that's bin, because bin, and then it's like a Benjamin. Ha! Hello, Benjamin. That's awesome. I watched this one YouTube video that was like how to quickly read Hangul, um, where it explains like, oh, like the little, like it's like the L that looks like that is like a nose, so it's a n sound, and then like the first part it's like a bucket, so it's a b sound, and then like the part after that's like a tree, so it's like a I sound. And I was like, I kind of no, yeah, Natasha, it's the one on Reddit. It's exactly the one on Reddit. And have I ever played Injustice 2? I have. I love fighting games. So Injustice 2 is great, and I'm not sure if any of you, like whoever isn't a gamer, just take the time to watch a cutscene from it, because I think they use facial tracking. Honestly, looks like if you gave a movie, like an actual DC movie, a filter, it looks like it's actually real. Like there's this one scene where like Harley Quinn is talking with bubblegum in her mouth, and her mouth is moving differently because she has bubblegum in her mouth, and it's like, wow, we have come so far from the days where like video game characters were basically cardboard boxes, like that someone was wearing. Yeah, so Injustice is a great fighting game. I'm addicted to Super Smash Brothers still. I love that game way too much. But yeah, wow, you guys asked a lot of questions, and I guess you know a bit more about me than you did before. Besides me just being my YouTuber persona, where I'm like, "Yo, what up, guys? We're reacting to," and then like messing up what I have to actually say, and then just cutting it off and then fixing it again. Fu YouTube PX says Vix's blackout performance. So I have not seen that. Is that when you say blackout? Is that um like when the fans do like the terrible blackout and they turn off their lights, or like is there a song called Blackout? I'm not sure, but I haven't seen it either way. And Raven says, "Do I have a Switch?" Yes, I do. I do have a Switch, and I have beaten Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and it was amazing. I also have Mario Kart, and I'm gonna get Arms, which is that boxing-looking game, which looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, guys, I think this is a good place to call it. It's been quite some time. I'm not sure exactly how long it's been. I think it has been like maybe longer than 2 hours. But I'm getting kind of tired, and I think this is a good place where we all can now go about our business. But yeah. Yeah, see, like that's the one thing. Ernest brings up a good point. It's like I'm actually a person, and that was one thing I've been trying to like get better at. One of my YouTube goals actually was that I wanted people to make sure my fans, I guess you guys, wanted to see me beyond just being like a YouTube my reactor persona, and that I'm actually someone who has feelings, and it hurts when people say mean things to me. No. I'm stronger than that though. I'll be strong. No, but yeah, see, I'm still so new to this. I'm not really sure how to outro, so I guess I'll just think of something. How would I sound when I outro on YouTube? All right, here we go. I think I got it. Ready? You're gonna see how scripted this looks too. It's like it's kind of pathetic. But here, I need to put on my hat. The hat's actually to protect myself, to feel good. So like right here. Here we go. So ready? Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a blast doing this live stream. I'm definitely going to be doing more of these in the future, and I hope you stick around, or I hope you tune in next time when I do a live stream. And until then, guys, it's been great. Peace. And now see, this is where I end it, and I'm not sure when it actually ends.